What's up, sluts? Lori Gemini Tarot. I'm not doing any tarot readings at the moment. I just wanted to kind of give you a sneak preview of what my new YouTube series is going to be. Tarot Confessions. I have accumulated in the past year a shit ton of tarot decks, affirmation decks, oracle decks, and I get a lot of questions on how many tarot decks I have, and I thought it would be just a lot easier if I kind of showed you a little bit of a preview of what type of decks that I have, and then I want to start coming out with new content of introducing each one of my decks, the backstories on them, and then of course with what I always do with every unboxing is that I always do Taroscope readings for all astrology signs. So let me go ahead and start showing you. I'll show you the major. Okay, so let me start off by showing you what I have in my little small section up front first. Okay, so first I got my two decks from James, of course. Pixel Occult, I have Sinking Wasteland Tarot, and then the Neon Moon. He also has an Oracle deck that just came out. I also have decks that are just Major Arcanas only. So I have the Hip Hop Tarot, I have the Lisa Frank deck, I have the Nerd tarot deck, which is actually my favorite, and this person is currently let me see, this is the creator, Hershek, and this person's currently working on a Minor Arcana deck, which I'm super excited for, because once that comes out, that'll probably be like my favorite deck. And then I have a BDSM deck, and I have more sexual decks, and I have another Major Arcana deck only, which I'll dive into a little bit. Then of course my Sawyer's Path. Some of my traditional decks, I have the Green Witch Tarot Companion. Then I have the 8 Coins Tarot Tattoo. And then I have the sexual deck, and I'll bring out the box for that in a bit when I find that. So that's in this little thing here. Then I have a cigar box filled with some tarot decks. So I have my Twin Peaks one, and then I have my New Moon Power Tarot deck. This is not even the surface of it. This isn't even my final form. So then I have the Autonomic Tarot, which is actually one of my favorite decks. It's really deep. The Mermaids and Dolphin Oracle deck. I'll show you the box of that in just a moment. Then I have my Star Wars Tarot deck from Jay Whittington. Then I have from James from Pixel Occult. This is the Oracle deck, Adore Abyssal. It's a very cute Oracle deck. Then I have a Lenomad deck, Kitchenek. And then I have Sawyer's Lemonade. Same person, Jamie Sawyer, created this. This is my very first tarot deck that I purchased, and I'll go into that. The live stream is going to be on the 10th of January, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. That is going to be my first episode of the series. Let me go ahead and show you more of my tarot decks. So I also had Revelations Tarot. What I like about this deck is that this deck has like really cool reversals. Let me try to show you as an example. Okay, so for an example, like the Death card. So this is like the top of the Death card, and then when it's reversed is this, right? So like all the decks are like that, which is pretty fucking cool. Mystical Manga. Then this is the 8 Coin Tattoo, which I showed you earlier. This is the other Major Arcana deck, which is the Sailor Moon one. This one. Then I have the Tarot of Oz, the classic Halloween Tarot. Then I have this Greek Mythology Tarot deck. This is the sexual deck that you saw earlier. I have the TV series tarot. Then I have the Clow tarot on that TV show. I have the Gummy Bear tarot, the Anne Frank Gothic tarot. Then I have the Mini Love tarot deck. This is a fucking knockoff. I do not consider this a tarot deck. I did not know that I was buying a knockoff. I just thought I was buying like a used deck or something like that until I realized what the fuck happened. And I had no idea the whole, like, I didn't know that people did counterfeit like tarot decks. I had like no fucking idea. So yeah, you learn something new every day. So I'll probably end up using this as for like a deck for like to do spells with, you know, and not to do actual tarot because it's like just artwork shit. I'm leaving this out because I know I'm gonna do something with that tonight. Okay, let me go back into this. So I have this tarot deck. It's just shiny. Then I have the Omega Land tarot deck. It's actually a really good deck. I have the Lucifer's tarot deck. It's actually not that bad. It's not that scary. I get a lot of questions pertaining to that deck. I get a lot of responses to it. I do plan on bringing it out and using the deck again. So that is going to happen. People have asked me, have I used the deck since? I have very few times. I did do a reading just by myself with no cameras or anything to ask like a personal reading, kind of like what the deck could reveal about you, like where your status is on the evil level, and if you decide to take this route, how you can apply it to your everyday life to get your prime directive. It was actually very scary. This deck is very unique because it's a little bit more detailed, a little bit more accurate, like with personality wise or whatever, you know, which is kind of very fascinating with this. So I will definitely be bringing that out more. And then let me go ahead and get into my oracles. So I do have the Viking Oracle. I do have the Arts Oracle. I have Rikai. Then I have this Cats Oracle cards. Then the everyday Oracle deck I use is the Magical Mermaids and Dolphin deck. I just want to pull out shit, so... Okay. So then I have this Body Positive Badass Affirmations. This deck and this small mini one was made by Angie B. Holtz, if anybody was wondering. I have these two Oracle decks from Witchwood Oracle. I believe that's what the company is called. Then I have the Swery Spirituality. Hello! And then I have Sweet Dreams Affirmations. Then I have this Dream Inspirational deck. And then I have the two Rebel decks. So those are all the decks that I currently have. Oh, yeah. Those are all the decks I currently have. I know it took me a moment to think about. I do have another deck, but I'll show you when I do the very first video. So I just wanted to kind of show you the kind of decks that I have. And I want to educate people on tarot because I'm definitely not no fucking expert. But people that are dabbling into it, or maybe dabbling into Wiccan or paganism or whatever you want to fucking call it, spirituality. And I know a lot of people. I had a friend of mine come over, and we've been chatting online, and we finally met in person. And she was kind of like taken aback about how I did tarot because, you know, she'd never seen tarot do it that way before. And so I had to explain to her, I was like, dude, like I felt like I was doing it wrong when I first like went on YouTube and Instagram and stuff like that and saw a whole bunch of tarot readers. I felt like I was a fucking retard. Like I had no idea what I was doing. So, yeah, X's, yeah, they can always get confusing. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of like what kind of decks that I have, and so I'll be doing a series where I'll start introducing them. If people are interested in decks, and that's the whole purpose why I do a lot of these unboxing with tarot decks and affirmation decks and oracle decks, is one, I like to support artists. So if the artist put out did a great fucking job, then I want to promote the shit out of it, which I always do. If you follow me on Instagram, even on YouTube, I use the decks over and over and over again. I promote the artists and everything else. I'm a strong believer in helping artists. If the deck is really good, I want people to spend money on the artist, you know? They did a really great job. And if the deck is shitty, which I do have a small handful that are shitty, I'm going to flat out tell you, don't buy this deck, don't waste your money, it's fucking garbage. So, that 11, yeah, okay, 1, 1, 1, 1, I saw that. So, yes, okay, so, sorry. I've been seeing a lot of numbers lately. And if anybody out there who has decks, has tarot decks, oracle decks, affirmation decks, you want me to promote your work, you want me to check your work, you want me to do unboxings and do my reviews and promote your work, please send them to me. I have no problem. I've had like one person already do that, and so it's going, sorry, I got distracted. But yeah, if the artist is shitty or the deck is garbage, I want to make sure you don't spend your money on it. So that is the whole purpose. And if anybody wants to send me your decks, you want to pay me to, you want to pay me to advertise your work, your promotion. If I like the decks and if I connect with it, then I will definitely promote your shit. If you want to send me free decks, if you want me to go ahead and review them and everything else to help promote, please do. Quite a few of my decks, hold on one moment. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, sorry. I saw the timer. Yeah, so send shit to me. I'll review it. I do promote, and quite a few of my unboxings, people have bought in the decks because of my reviews. So it's fucking out there, bitch. Okay, so enough of me rambling. I'm gonna probably go on live on Instagram in just a few minutes, but I at least wanted to kind of give you guys a preview of how many decks that I have and the tarot series, the YouTube series that I'm going to be launching. So the very first episode, it's going to be of my very first deck, the Sacred Rose Tarot deck. That is going to be on January 10th. That is a Thursday, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So go ahead and be here on YouTube, and thank you, and have a good one.